Activision has done it again, taking down more fan-made content, which is a surprise to no one. But this time, it's worse than ever. Say what you want about EA, Nintendo, and other large gaming companies, hell, even Ubisoft. But Activision has just committed one of the scummiest, most greed-filled acts I have ever witnessed in gaming, and their reputation is forever tarnished in my eyes. A couple days ago, Activision issued a cease and desist against a group of independent developers who made a massive multiplayer mod for Modern Warfare Remastered called H2M. Put simply, this mod added Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer content into Modern Warfare Remastered. This included over 50 maps, new camos, kill streaks, attachments, and much more. However, the day before its release, the developers were forced to shut down all operations due to the cease and desist. Thankfully, the mod files were leaked soon after, and the mod can be played now on servers hosted by players, which is great news. But the mod itself is not why I'm making this video today. Instead, in light of this recent egregious move on Activision's part, I want to dive into how a company like Activision could make such a blatantly anti-gamer move that's not only greedy, but also severely counterproductive. We're going to look at the history of Activision versus fan-made projects, contrast that with gaming companies that support modding, and finally discuss how companies should handle fan-made content in general. There's no better place to start than with how Activision handled the release of the H2M mod. The timing of the cease and desist could not have been more calculated and predatory. The mod had been publicly in development since at least July of last year, but that's not when Activision got involved. They allowed the mod to be developed, stayed silent as its trailer released earlier this month, put Modern Warfare Remastered on sale as hype started to build for the mod, and then the day before its release, shut it down. This has to be one of the most brazenly unabashed rug pulls I've ever seen from a gaming company. This is Sam Bankman-Fried levels of deceit and greed. Activision knowingly waited, watched the hype build, lowered the cost of the game to entice players to buy it before the mod released, which made it less likely that the game could be refunded. Then, they watched both the player counts and the sales of Modern Warfare Remastered rise, and only then decided to take legal action after they reaped the rewards of others' hard work. The level of strategy Activision put into planning their takedown of H2M is shockingly unethical. I'm so glad that the mod files were leaked and that the mod is playable, because if not, this situation would make me sick to my stomach. But here's the thing, even though the mod is playable for now, there's no guarantee it will remain this way. Activision is a massive company that doesn't take legal battles lightly, and they viciously protect their IP in a way that only Nintendo can rival. For example, just last year, a mod in a very similar situation to H2M, titled SM2, was hit with a cease and desist as it neared its release. The mod had been in development for almost 2 years, and while there was never a confirmed release date, it was clearly close to being finished right before it was shut down by Activision. And these legal battles don't stop at Call of Duty. Activision's legal defense extends to other fan-made projects under their IP, like Spyro. They have a track record of crushing fan creativity under the guise of protecting their intellectual property. Now, if these fan-made games and mods were seeking financial gain from these projects, then yeah, I could see Activision's side of things. I'd think, why put so much work into a game that you haven't even asked for the license to create? But here's the kicker, these mods are all free. And on release, Activision is the only one standing to gain from their success. To play H2M or SM2, players would have had to buy Modern Warfare Remastered. So if Activision is truly trying to maximize profit, why shut them down? Well, in a recent statement made by one of the creators of H2M, he claims that the reason Activision shut down H2M and did so now was because it feared the release of the mod was too close to the release of Black Ops 6 and that it was going to disrupt the sales of the game. If this is truly the reason for the closure of H2M, then it's clear. Activision is completely out of touch with the gaming community. Shutting down the mod, especially in such a strategically malicious way, has only garnered more criticism of Activision as a company and has made many reconsider buying the next Call of Duty game at all. So in trying to protect their new game sales, they've inadvertently driven many fans away. Now let's shift gears and look at how another company, Bethesda, handles fan-made projects and how it's worked out for them. Spoiler alert, it's a complete 180 from Activision's approach. I'm sure many of you have heard of the recently released Fallout London mod. This enormous Fallout 4 overhaul, years in the making, introduces a new campaign, setting, characters, weapons, armor, and plenty of quests. The mod launched with an immense amount of hype and has been widely praised. So how did Bethesda, the owners of the Fallout IP, react? Well, 2 years ago, Bethesda showcased the Fallout London mod during its development. And as the mod neared its release, they began actively hiring its developers, recognizing the exceptional quality of their work. By supporting this massive mod, Bethesda has not only increased its revenue, Fallout 4 has seen significant growth in players recently, but they also are gaining some great talent by embracing the success of Fallout London. For years, Bethesda has excelled in supporting its modding community, showing new mods on their website and learning from the success of popular mods. Now, Bethesda isn't without its controversies and unpopular decisions, but in this area, they truly excel. By encouraging the modding of their games, not only have they gained favor in the eyes of players, but they've significantly boosted their revenue. Many older Bethesda titles still maintain higher player counts because there's always new content being added by fans for fans. Personally, I played through both Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 4 on console, but I bought both games again on PC just to play them with mods. So in my experience alone, Bethesda has definitely made more money off of me simply by supporting fan-made mods. Bethesda's approach to modding is a shining example of how a company can generate goodwill, boost sales, and even discover new talent by supporting fan-made content. If this is the result of supporting mods, why don't more companies do this? And what should companies be doing when it comes to fan-made projects? In my opinion, the key is collaboration over confrontation. When legal action becomes necessary, it should be handled with openness and transparency. Companies absolutely have the right to protect their intellectual property, especially if it's being exploited for financial gain. In such cases, legal action is justified. However, if a company is aware of a fan-made project or mod that they intend to shut down, they should act swiftly and decisively. Waiting until the last minute, like Activision has done time and time again, only creates unnecessary frustration and resentment among fans. Instead of fostering goodwill, this approach leaves fans feeling blindsided and betrayed. I do want to say that I believe all games should allow fans to create free mods. In every case I've seen, it results in the game receiving more praise from fans, more sales, and a longer lasting community of players enjoying the game. Mods allow games to reach their full potential, and even the oldest of games can still have life thanks to fan-created content. Hell, I play games like Empire at War all the time due to their extensive and committed modding community. Thanks to this, a game that's nearly 20 years old has seemingly infinite replayability. The longevity and replay value that mods provide is invaluable, not just for players, but for the companies behind these games as well. There's so much more that can be discussed when it comes to mods, as almost every publishing company has a different approach. Some companies like Valve and Bethesda excel at supporting fan-made content, while others such as Nintendo and Activision viciously protect their IP. And there are so many amazing fan creations similar to Fallout London and H2M that provided an enormous amount of free quality content to new and old games alike, such as Battlefront 2022, Project Nevada, or the seemingly infinite amount of mods created for Skyrim. Of course, in a perfect world, all publishers would support mod creation like Bethesda or Valve does. But until then, it's up to gamers and players to send a message to these companies about how their actions against fan-made projects hurt the community. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, consider subscribing. A very small percentage of people who watch my videos are subscribed, and it really helps a lot with a smaller channel like mine. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.